Summary of your views of this game that we've just witnessed here today between those two teams, the way you saw it.
Well, I think it was a game like I expected. On one side, a team who wants to play football, on the other side, a team who tried to win the game by power. So we did very well the first half hour, but after then, it was Nigeria who tried by physical game, who tried to come back, and they did. If we should have defended a little bit more aggressive, the goal would never arrive, first, and secondly, it was a handball. But okay, it was 1-1, and then you can expect from a team like Nigeria that they would play another football, and it was like that. But when you see what progression South Africa made in that level of football, it's enormous. If South Africa of 2 years ago should have played against Nigeria today, we should have lost. And we knew in the second half that we couldn't win the game by playing football, but by fighting. And that is what we tried. We fight as much as our opponents. We were as much physical as our opponents. And I think that the result is the right result. None of the two teams deserve to win, but I think we do the best operation with this point. And now we need one victory, and we have two opportunities. So let's try to do it as soon as possible.
Thank you, Coach.
Greetings, Coach. Introduce from Far Coast. Coach, what was the thinking behind not starting Hugo Broos and Kabini in his place? And just your thoughts about Kabini's performance.
You know, I don't like to talk about individuals after a game like this, because this is a performance of the team. And some players were better than others, but this is what I said already in the pre-match meeting this afternoon. The best team will win the game, not the team with the best players. And I think the proof is there. So the performance that my team made today in this game makes me enormous proud. It was not good football, no, not at all. But the way they fight for every meter, for every ball, I think this is nice to see for a coach. Certainly when you know that this is a game where you have to do it to have a result.
Afternoon, Coach Nganga from Eyewitness News. In the first half, you seemed frustrated in the way Ronald was building from the back. What was the tactic and the approach when it came to how he was going to start playing?
We always try to build up from behind, and the first half hour it went well. But then we made some mistakes of positions, and therefore Ronald had to kick the ball. And a few times, it was not the right ball he kicked, and this is that happens not so often with Ronald, because he had a good kick, and that brought us in danger some moments. So I asked him during halftime to be careful with that. Yes, he didn't do it anymore, but our building up was also not so good anymore. But you have to adapt sometimes also a little bit at the game of the opponent. And today, if we wanted to play football, it was impossible. So we did it in another way. And again, before the game, I was happy with 4 on 6 of the 2 games. We had the 4 points, so I'm happy.
Yes, Coach, you get 4 out of 6, missing some of your key players. We're playing some players who've got less than 5 international caps. What does this say about the progression of your team and the quality that you have? And also for next month, is it going to be key for you to choose a venue where you get a pitch where you can play your game?
So say that you have some of the key players because of injuries and everything to still have players who perform.
I heard that they were a little bit complaining because Osimhen was not there. In South Africa there were 6 players not there. So I think when you see that team of Nigeria, even when you don't have Osimhen, you have so much other opportunities. So you don't have to complain about that. And I don't complain either about the players who were not there today, because I want to have a team, a real team, that if someone fell out, that we have another one. And I think we succeed in that. Even you see today, it's not so easy for Tabissa to come in, because Zuko was injured. But yeah, there's nothing changing. And that makes me enormously happy and proud that we made that team like this. We don't have to be afraid anymore when someone is out, or someone is injured, or suspended, or whatever. There are replacements, and that makes us so strong for the moment. So yeah, let's go on and try again, try to win as soon as possible that game that we need to be qualified. And I can assure you it will be a very big party when we achieve it.
Last 2 questions. He was also asking how important is it that we get a pitch that we are happy with for the next 2 games, one last round of qualifiers next month.
The pitch?
Yes.
Yeah, the pitch, I think Monday there was a Nigerian journalist who asked me a question, and it was like we did it on purpose to play on such a bad pitch. Believe me, I was here 14 days ago, and I don't want to repeat what I said to the people from this pitch. We also need a good pitch to play football. And it was not possible today. Even we tried it, and we did it the first half hour. But when you play against an opponent like this on such a pitch, it's very difficult. So the next time we have to be a little bit careful to choose our stadium, and be sure that the people who maintain the pitch, that they really know what we like to have. And it was never a problem in Cape Town, it was never a problem in Port Elizabeth, it was never a problem in Polokwane. So for the next game, we have to choose the right pitch, I think, because we need that also. And it was, even for us today, certainly not an advantage to play on that pitch against that opponent.
The last 2 questions, guys. So start there. Sure.
Good evening, Coach. Little Hannah, EDSP Times. Coach, to have arrived so far with majority locally based players, how important is that?
Important, isn't it?
To have gotten this far in the qualifiers with majority locally based players.
So how important is
Yeah, for Coach, like, is it a good thing for
So
Coach?
she
Is
said
it-
this,
yeah.
we have got to the stage of the qualifiers with mainly a local-based team of players, not overseas, and how important is it?
Yeah, you know, when you see the team of Nigeria, there is no Nigerian in the team. They all play abroad in big teams, like Atalanta, like AC Milan, like Fulham, like name it. We don't have it. But you see, that is not a disadvantage. We have good players. Really, we have good players. And I hope really with what we did now with the national team, and what hopefully we will do in the future, that those players get the occasion to go to Europe, because that should help South African football. You can be sure they will play in competitions who are a higher level than our PSL here in South Africa, and they will become better when they play in those competitions. So let's hope that the guys have the opportunity in the future, next season maybe, to do that and to go and play abroad. It will be good. It's first for the national team, but also for the national competition, for the South African player. I give you an example. When you go to Belgium and you ask, give me a name of South African player, nobody can give you, except those who played in Belgium, like Leali, like Tau, like Keith. They played in Belgium, they know. But if you ask in Belgium, name me a Senegal player, a Cameroon player, an Ivory Coast player, they tell you. So the African player is not known, even when he's good. But he has to go out. And maybe the PSL teams will not be happy to hear that. But it has. Look at a guy like Mbokazi. This guy has to go to Europe. He's 19 years old. You see the way he's playing is like he has already 10 years experience on this level. It's his third game with the national team. Third game, you see how we play. So again, let's hope that some players can do the step next year. It will be good for South African football, believe me.
Last question, Lorenzo.
He actually answered my question. So.
You answered. Okay. That's the last one. Coach, there was a scuffle between you and the Nigerian bench. What happened there? Just explain to us.
No, but that that those are the emotions of the game, and sometimes when I see pictures what I'm doing, I'm telling myself. But yeah, you're nervous, you're tensed. Honestly, we got, I think, 3 yellow cards. So the Nigerians won, and then that is not normal. I'm very sorry. That is not normal. So, and then you're angry, you shout, all those players of Nigeria went to the referee complaining. Okay, then I react also by doing this. Okay, I don't have to do that. I know that. But yeah, what do you want? I want to win. I want to go to America next year.